This is a regular board meeting of the San Benito CISD. It is Tuesday, July 14, 2015, and it's 7 o'clock p.m. Item number 1, call to order. We do have an established quorum. Roll call. Say aye if present. Oscar Medrano.
Aye.
Michael Vargas.
Aye.
Angel Mendez. Arno Padilla.
Aye.
Hector Leal.
Aye.
Joe Gonzalez.
Aye.
Dr. Puig.
Aye.
And Mr. Tony Torres. Item number 3, Pledge of Allegiance to the United States and Texas flag. And item number 4, also our invocation. Can we all please stand?
Yeah, I'm going to introduce the students first, so you all can wait.
Okay. I want to excuse myself. I've been really under the weather these past few days, so just be patient with me.
All right, so tonight it's a pleasure to introduce to you our individual doing the Pledge of Allegiance, and that is Ms. Reina Bautista. She's a recent 5th grade graduate of Dr. Raul Garza Jr. Elementary. Reina is the daughter of Mr. Luis and Esmeralda Bautista. Reina's favorite subject is math. She has been on the A and B honor roll, a member of the chess team for the past 4 years, a member of the after-school dance team, and a vocalist as well. Reina has also had perfect attendance since 1st grade and was recently awarded a $100 shopping spree as a reward for this accomplishment. Reina's future plans are to attend the University of Texas Health Center in San Antonio and obtain a degree in nursing so she can help children in our area. Dr. Raul Garza Jr. Elementary is very proud of Reina and her accomplishments and wishes her the best in her educational plans. We also have Ms. Zoli Lopez. It is an honor to introduce her as well. She's the daughter of Charles and Dora Lopez. Zoli is a recent 5th grade graduate as well of Dr. Raul Garza Jr. Elementary, where her favorite subject was reading. Zoli enjoys swimming, attending the Boys and Girls Club, was a member of the after-school dance team, technology club, and science club. Zoli has been on the A and B honor roll and has had perfect attendance since the 1st grade. Zoli was also treated to a $100 shopping spree for having attained this accomplishment. Zoli plans on attending the University of Texas Health Center in San Antonio as well and becoming a registered nurse. Dr. Raul Garza Jr. Elementary is very proud of Zoli and wishes her the best in her educational plans. So Reina, if you want to kick it off, please.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Honor our Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to thee, Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
Let us bow our heads. Father God, we thank you for being present with us tonight during this special occasion. We ask for your blessings upon our superintendent, school board members, parents, students, employees, and everyone present tonight. We ask that you enlighten our leaders with the wisdom to make decisions that will have a positive impact on all students and staff in this district. Give our leaders the foresight and knowledge to be a friend, an instructor, and an advocate for all children, and allow us to continue to work cooperatively for the success of this district. We ask that you place your loving hands around our families, students, and staff during the summer months so they may return healthy, safe, and rejuvenated and ready to serve you and our students. We know all this would not be possible without you. Father God, we offer you all the honor and respect that you deserve. In your name we pray. Amen. Amen.
We also want to recognize Principal Ms. Elsa Lambert. Thank you for your leadership. Principal of Dr. Raul Garza Elementary. Also, if you are parents of these two wonderful ladies, can you please stand and be recognized?
Item number 5, special recognition, Celia Longoria.
We have a few recognitions this evening, and we have a young man from Ed Downs Elementary. He competed in the Hurricane Hunter naming contest, and he walked away as the winner. So I'd like to introduce Hector Jalomo III, who won the contest. And this was, again, the... Hector Jalomo III is the son of Hector Jalomo Jr. and Lori A. Hernandez, and is a third grader this past school year at Ed Downs Elementary. The business sponsoring this particular competition is Texas Windstorm Association. His third grade teacher was Miss Linda Alvear. The principal at that campus is Nidia Espinosa. The assistant principal is Marta Martinez, and I'm not sure if they're in the audience. But this young man went to compete in this particular naming contest, which was open to all third and fourth graders in the coastal cities within the state of Texas. And he submitted the name of Tex Vortex back in April of 2015. And of course, he ended up walking away with as the winner, and you can see he has that to show. He recently was featured in the newspaper. Yes. Can you show it, Hector, to the school board so that they can see it? He doesn't want to let go. Yes, it is so cool. It's a cool prize. So we thank Hector Jalomo III, his teacher, Ms. Alvear, and Ed Downs Elementary Administration for encouraging students to compete in these kind of programs. And of course, at this time, we would also, he wants to make sure he gets it back. At this time, we would also like to recognize his parents. So parents, if y'all are in the audience, please stand and be recognized. Great job. And I know we have our school administrators, Ms. Espinosa. She's in the audience. And Ms. Martinez. So thank you, ladies, for being here. And congratulations, little Hector. He wants to go fly his plane. We have some more recognitions this evening. Student athletes from San Benito High School and San Benito Veterans Memorial Academy. You read about their accomplishments in the news, of course, and we followed them all the way through. So let me start telling y'all a little bit about the next group of people that we'd like to recognize. These are members of the softball team, and they had their season accolades with a district record of 14-0 and an overall record of 30-4 record. Please help me welcome as I start introducing them. We have the team led by coaching staff, head coach Elias Martinez. And we have some awards to present. We have Joji Gonzalez and Michael Vargas doing the honors. Head coach Elias Martinez is picking up his award for the team. He also got Coach of the Year honors as well. He is assisted by fellow coaching staff, Gilbert Rodriguez, varsity assistant. Kristen Longoria, varsity assistant. Coach Gustavo Gonzalez, junior varsity assistant. Coach Yolanda Garza, junior varsity assistant. We would also like to recognize Director of Athletics Dan Gomez and the Athletics Coordinator Ramiro Partida. We have principals from San Benito High School, Henry Sanchez, and also from Veterans Memorial Academy, Gilbert Galvan. The athletes from San Benito High School include Crystal Castillo, Alexis L. Cavazos, Stephanie Contreras, Giovanna Gonzalez, Melanie Gonzalez, Kimberly Harper, Alexis Huerta, Kimberly McComas, Sally Mendoza, Deandra Padilla, Sabrina Rodriguez. And again, these were the athletes from San Benito High School. Now we have athletes from San Benito Veterans Memorial Academy, and they include Joanne Gonzalez, Destiny Hernandez, Audrey Huerta, Jacqueline LaBelle, and I would also like to recognize the student managers and trainers, Kathy Gilberto, Cristina Cárdenas, Juan Coronado, Daniel Delgado, Ryan Elizondo, and Samantha Gallardo. And Ms. Huerta, this young lady that's holding the trophy, let me read some of their accomplishments. Of course, their district record was 14-0, overall record 30-4. They were named District 32 6A champions, Region 4 by-district champions, Region 4 area champions, Region 4 quarterfinal champions, Region 4 semifinal champions, Sweet 16, Region 4 finals champions, Elite 8. They also qualified for the 5A state tournament qualifiers as a Final Four, and a 5A state finalist finishing third at state, and also 6A, and also some of their other accolades. On Tuesday, June 5th, they also received the presentation by the RGV Sports Hall of Fame and RGVSports.com, and some of the athletes earned some of the honors. Pitcher Crystal Castillo earned Athlete of the Year. Head coach Elias Martinez earned Coach of the Year. And of course, the Lady Hound softball team was named Team of the Year at this particular function. And this was at the 8th Annual All-Star Awards presentation. So congratulations, all of your accolades. Great job. Great job. Parents, if y'all are in the audience, please stand and be recognized at this time. Family members as well of these girls, these athletes. Thank you so much, and I know Coach Martinez's wife is also in the audience. She's very proud of the accomplishments of the girls as well. And that concludes the special recognition. We thank you all for everything you did to bring recognition to our school district, to our community, and we look forward to next season. Thank you, guys. Congratulations.
We're very proud of our students' accomplishment, therefore, we're going to break for a reception for them right now. So we're officially on break now. We would like to recognize one of our students, and I'm going to turn it over to Oscar Medrano.
I had a chance to give the diplomas to 4 ladies at the Final Four game, and one of them was Ali Huerta. And she also received a $1,000 scholarship for perfect attendance. So let's give her a round of applause. And I congratulate all the girls, and we're gonna go back to the Final Four, and we're gonna win it this time. All right?
Yes. We will continue with our agenda. Item number 7, Superintendent's Report.
Thank you, Madam President, trustees. Just a couple of things I want to highlight. The San Benito High School FFA traveling. Again, this is related to leadership development for our students. That's a very good, enriching trip. I also want to highlight just a couple of things that we've been doing every month is just a review of our goals. I'm going to pass them down. And I won't go through all of them in detail, but just a couple that are coming down the pipe here. We started out with 4 goals, and we've gone through this month. I'm just going to highlight the things that are in yellow. Gold 1, in terms of governance, the budget workshop's still on target for July 30th at 6 p.m. The standard operating procedures manual that you've had, the new trustees have now had it for almost 2 months, and so they're going to have a chance to chime in on that one on August 3rd at a policy meeting. That'll be a good time to digest that. Goal number 2 is financial assessment. And at this point, through attrition, we've realized about $8.5 million. That's about 200 positions at this time. Now, let me put it in perspective for you, just so you understand. That's just the attrition. Now, when you add the projected revenue, and I want to emphasize projected revenue because it's based on ADA and your tax collections, you're looking at another $3.5 million. So that's $12 million back in your fund balance for next year. Now, remember, last year we lost 10, so you would have recouped it. Now, we have 2 competitive health plans that look very, very good. Both of them, regardless which one you choose, are both solvent. The guaranteed max liability for the district is no more than $10 million, and the expected liability on those, the expected, is just under $8 million. So if that comes to fruition, even conservatively, that's another $1 million there, so it's about $14 million. Again, these are projections, though. And I want to emphasize this, too. Our fiscal year ends 8/31/15. Your audit is going to be poor because, remember, it's just based on this past year. So we had a poor audit here in January of 15 based on the previous fiscal year. You'll have another poor audit, and it'll be a little worse than the last one we had. The fund balance, as you know, is going to be the lowest it's ever been in history. You will see the fruits of your labor in the audit of 2017 for the fiscal year ending 2016. So when you're sitting here a year from now, you'll look in your bank account, and if we continue what we're doing, you guys continue what you're doing, with the hard work and the decisions this amazing board has made and the tough things that you've gone through, you'll have some good money in your account that the taxpayers will, I hope, appreciate and realize the financial stewardship that's in place right now. I mentioned already the healthcare providers. Now, recall last time we had 2 good plans, and we were concerned, some trustees, about the rollout of the customer service and the transition. We've requested those consultants to bring some more information in detail. Madam President has said, no need for any more presentations. We just want to see the detail of what that rollout's going to look like, particularly from Blue Cross. Working through our consultant, he's requested that, but I went ahead and called both of them individually today. I did speak to the Aetna rep that he needs to deliver the same thing. I did get a return call and a voicemail from Steve Keegan from Blue Cross that he will be providing the same, and that will be ready for you all. It should be buttoned up tomorrow, and I will send that along for your review. If you go to goal 3, the academic assessment, the one I highlighted there is the guaranteed viable curriculum. And when we talk about if we're going to really achieve academic success, we have to guarantee that our curriculum, particularly our TEKS, that we plan, teach, and test and assess, intervene appropriately. We want to guarantee that. But one of the big components of our theory of action for this upcoming year is the professional learning communities. And that's with administrators and teachers, paraprofessionals, the district leadership working together to talk about what are we teaching, how are we teaching, and what are we doing when it's not working. But equally important, how are we extending those GT kids? We have 6 GT kids on this board right here, and so how would we extend and push in the classroom? So that's really, really important component. Also, leadership workshop. This is something I think is important. I know in my previous districts, it's important that the campus leadership and the departments set goals, but they understand quantifiable goals that we can measure so we can evaluate their performance. We're going to do some in-house training on SMART goal setting on August 3rd. I have tentatively slated it for that, and it's actually going to be delivered by one of our administrators, one who happens to be a former IDEA principal, and they understand what it is to set quantifiable goals. That's important. So it's, again, peer-to-peer capacity building, so that's important. Goal 4, this is another part that we've been talking about when we listed those 42 items that we need to address to improve. Recall the customer service component that we've kind of been a little bit, less than satisfied with. We are bringing in PR zealot Brad, and I can't pronounce his last name, Jormanovich. I'm sorry, Brad. And he's coming in. He's going to train our frontliners. He's going to train our frontliners, our customer service folks that are the handshake when you walk into campus, our secretaries, our administrative assistants, and that's going to happen on the 19th. That's going to focus on image and rapport building with those folks that come in. We also want to extend that training to our district administrators and also to our district directors, so they understand how important that customer service is a critical part of the way we do business and changing our brand. That's a very, very quick update, Madam President and trustees. Thank you.
Thank you. Item number 8 is public comment.
I move to move public comment at the end of executive session.
Do I have a motion? Second.
Second.
Those in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Those against? Motion passes. Item number 9, business and finance. In order to promote effective meetings, the board may act upon more than one item by a single vote through the use of consent agenda. Consent items placed on the agenda should be marked with an asterisk. Consent items are items for which no board discussion is anticipated and for which the superintendent recommends approval. Prior to the time which approval of consent item is had, at the request of any member of the Board of Trustee, any item on the consent agenda shall be removed and given individual consideration. So therefore, business and finance, item 1507A1, request for approval of bid proposals on awards, incentives, and printed materials. Item number 2, request for approval of bids on teaching instructional supplies. Item number 3, do I have a consent for item 1? Consent. Item number 2, do I have a consent? Okay, all right. Item number 3, request for approval of bid proposals on the following HVAC parts and supplies. Consent. Item number 4, request for approval of bids on paint products and supplies. Consent. Item number 5, request for approval of proposal on student athletic insurance. Consent. Item number 6, request for approval of proposal on property casualty insurance. Consent. Request for approval of proposals on workers' compensation insurance. Consent. Request for approval of interlock cooperation agreement and memorandum of understanding for Cameron County Juvenile Alternative Education Center Educational Program 2015-2016. Consent. Item 9, request for approval of 2014-15 budget amendments. Consent. Item number 10, request for approval of 2014-15 budget transfers. Consent. Okay. Administration, item number 11, request approval of the 2015-2016 optional flexible school day program application. Consent. Item number 12, request approval of San Benito CISD teacher appraisal calendar for the 2015-2016 school year. Consent. Item number 13, request for approval of memorandum of understanding for Cameron County Juvenile Justice Department and the San Benito CISD Independent School District. Consent. Request for approval of memorandum of understanding between San Benito CISD and Cameron County Juvenile Provisional 2016. Consent. Item number 15, request for approval, Teach for America Service Agreement. Consent. Item number 16, request for approval of board minutes. Consent.
Madam Chairman, on item 1507A3, I think we need to include A through H. I think we kind of skipped that.
Okay. Let me repeat that. Request for approval of bid proposals on the following HVAC parts and supplies, which are item A, small parts, B, supplies, C, frequency drives, D, large electric motors, E1 to E4, labor for chiller work, F1 to F4, labor for controls work, G, arc welding and pipe fitting, H, labor for sheet metal and duct work. Consent. Do I have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Those against? Motion passes. Item number 10, we are going to go into a closed session. Under the authority of the Texas Government Code for the purpose of private consultation with the board's attorney on any subjects or matters authorized by law, for the purpose of the appointment, employment, evaluation, reassignment, duties, discipline, or dismissal of a public officer or employee, or to hear complaints or charges against a public officer or employee. A, report on personnel. B, employment, resignation, and retirement. C, discuss employment of Executive Director of Leadership and Performance. At this time, it is 7:42. We will convene into executive session. We are reconvening back from executive session. It is 8:40. Dr. Puig?
Yes, ma'am, this time we do have some public comment for your presentation.
We're going to go ahead and...
Oh, well, we,
Yeah.
Trustees, Madam President, I'd like to recommend the routine personnel as discussed, the teachers as we discussed.
Do I have a motion to accept Dr. Puig's recommendation?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All against? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Item number 8, public comment. The person wishing to address the Board of Trustees shall refrain from commenting directly on any individual school district employee or public official by name, but may instead refer to a specific employment area, job title, or the Board of Trustees as a whole, and shall refrain from attacks on individuals. The speaker will be allowed only 5 minutes to give his or her presentation. Delegation of more than 5 persons shall appoint 1 person to present their views before the Board of Trustees. Presentation shall be informative and shall pertain to school-related issues. Any attack on an individual shall be considered disruption of the meeting. The Board of Trustees shall not deliberate or decide regarding any subject that is not included on the agenda posted with notice of the meeting. And the first person to address public comment is Ileana Gonzalez.
Good evening. For the record, I hope that retaliation is not exercised as a result of the liberty I'm taking to express my concerns. After all, some trustees are notorious for doing exactly that. Nevertheless, I'd like to bring attention to the good faith efforts Dr. Puig has made thus far in leading our district in the right direction during these past 6 months. A lot has left to be said and further speculated about the working relationships or lack thereof alongside your new board. As a citizen and taxpayer, I'd venture to say that much of what has prompted him to make such an abrupt decision may be partly due to the political pressures and attempts at micromanaging that you might have encountered with this new board. And while you may be reluctant to admit, I suspect that your decision comes immediately after a special board meeting that resulted in nothing more than an insurance debacle. From the outside looking in, that may very well have been the straw that broke the camel's back. Truth be told that at the special board meeting of Thursday, July the 9th, Trustee Place 6 adamantly sought Blue Cross Blue Shield without superintendent recommendation. Master Trustee, 1 trustee in particular obviously has a lot to learn, and that's the superintendent's job, not that one particular trustee. Your actions may very well be to blame for Dr. Puig's abrupt departure. And I pose a question, why the urgency to make such a motion and opt for Blue Cross Blue Shield without weighing all options? Would such an action be favorable to any one individual trustee, all while losing sight of employee health care? This is totally contradictory to the common sense approach the community was promised just 2 months ago. It's unfortunate that amidst Dr. Puig's decision to leave San Benito, our district, staff, and students will undoubtedly be left vulnerable without the much-needed leadership that it so rightly deserves. Without a highly qualified and respectable superintendent and assistant superintendent who will adequately mentor our administrators taking on new roles, who will provide the much-needed guidance in making decisions to strengthen instructional practices reinforced by a solid curriculum, and who will ensure that our taxpayer monies are expended ethically and within their legal parameters. I can honestly say that while there are still a few good trustees on this board whose hearts are still in the right place, 3 in particular I can't say the same for, and you know who you are. For those who do have a genuine interest in having a positive impact on the progress of San Benito, keep on fighting for what's right. Don't be afraid to expose wrongdoing and confront adversity. In doing so, you will have earned my respect and that of your community. God help my beloved San Benito, and may He grant you, the trustees, the wisdom to overcome the challenges that do lie ahead. Thank you.
Thank you. Before we adjourn, we have an individual in the house that is celebrating his birthday, and that's our attorney, and we want to recognize him. So, Tony, happy birthday. Item number 11, meeting adjourned. Thank you.